I am going to start the recording from the final mission that I'm going to do before I get the platinum for this game, instead of recording the entire platinum process, because I'm gonna be honest, I did not like this game that much. This is Darksiders Genesis, and I decided something stupid recently that I wanted to try to platinum the whole Darksiders series. Oh yep, okay. The game, like the combat and stuff, is good. I don't really care much for the dialogue, but it is funny sometimes. And then the reason I don't like this game is the damn platforming and the puzzles and shit, bro. Oh my god, they're so ass. It don't handle well at all. I don't know what the hell they were doing while they were making this game. Like, look at that, bro. I jumped directly into that pillar. It just did not grab the depth perception. My depth perception is terrible to begin with, and it's just not working. You saw me fucking trying to finagle my way around this stick. It's because the game tries to go based off the camera, and it's like isometric. It doesn't work half the time. It'll just go in the opposite direction that you're trying to move, and it's mad awkward. And they like want to be all pitch perfect about how you do the fucking I'm already out of breath. Just that tiny ass explanation, bro. I'm already salty as fuck. I don't know, bro. I really wanted to like this game, but it never hit. Like, the combat and stuff is real cool. Like I said before, like I do think it's actually really good, but just everything else, man, I don't know. I don't really like the puzzles either. None of them are that bad, besides what the fuck is this? The Aether Spark. This Aether Spark shit is garbage. Like, bro, it was so difficult for me to get the last one done, because to get the platinum you have to get all of the trickster doors, which is like the secret rooms that you got to do. Oh my god, the final one, to unlock the final door, you have to do like this crazy Aether Spark puzzle thing. Yo, it was so bad I just had to cheat. I literally, because in the game you can like turn down the game speed, I literally had to turn the fucking speed down. I could not do it. I sat there for like 2 hours trying to do that shit legit, and it would not work. I had an easier time doing the puzzle thing for the jumping puzzle to get the last core I needed, and I can't do jumping puzzles either. Honestly, as you can see, I'm just sitting here complaining like a bitch. That's part of why I really did not want to record most of this, because a lot of it was just me bitching and moaning and crying and being annoyed. I really like the action combat aspect of these games, but oh my god, everything else is so cheeks. But I guess now I can like kind of get into what I really want to do with this. I want to platinum this entire series just because I like going for platinums. I like action combat games. I like edgy shit, and this series is like as edgy as it gets. I didn't like Darksiders 2 that much when I first played it way back in the day, but I didn't hate it either. I think my issue was just how like farmy and RPG it is with the armor and shit, like, and the weapons and stuff. But from what I've seen, Darksiders 1 isn't like that, and the reason I started with Genesis is because I just wanted to go like in order of the story, not in order of release. Since I had already played 2 first, I mean, shit, I might as well just go all the way back to the prequel, which is this, even though this is the most recent release, at least until 4 drops, since they announced that. I'll be doing 1 next, and I think with 1 I might record more of that. At least I hope. I really do hope that I like 1. If I don't like 1 either, this is going to be fucking miserable. Yeah, I wanted to try to do this whole series just because I'm not really playing too much this year. A lot of the releases this year, they do look good, but like, fuck, man, there's just it comes a point where there's just too much coming out, and rather than wanting to do any of the new stuff, you just go back to the old, which is also a nice little segue into the fact that, oh, why did he walk off the map? Okay, which is also a nice little segue into the fact that it's not gonna be just Darksiders that I want to do either. Oh, he's dead. It's not gonna be just Darksiders I want to do either. I also want to do 2 other series. One of them is a straight up bad idea, and the other one is slightly an issue. Now, the one that's straight up a bad idea is Sword Art Online. Now that they announced that Echoes of Aincrad game, I got like reinvigorated to try the series out again, and I realized very quickly why it's a horrible idea to go for the platinums for the Sword Art games, because obviously it's an absurd amount of farming for a lot of them. Like, you gotta put like hundreds of hours. Like, even in the games I do own, Hollow Realization and Rehollow Frag, those are the two that I've actually played on my account. Bro, both of those games I got over 100 hours, and I don't got the platinum for either of those games. So neither of those are starting on a fresh slate. Well, I guess I kind of have to now because I lost the save files for them. But either way, like, those games are long as shit, and even with over 100 hours, I didn't get the platinum. And part of it's because multiplayer, my favorite, everyone's favorite as a fucking trophy hunter. Everyone loves going for the multiplayer trophies, right? They're so fun, they're so cool, especially when the servers are dead like they are for Sword Art. I don't really know why I wanted to go for these now, but I'm doing it. If I can't do it, I mean, that's just a skill issue, I guess. I'm gonna try to go for those. That's gonna be like a very long-winded process, and I don't even know if there's a point in recording almost any of it, because you'd be looking at like 200 hours worth of footage per game or more. So yeah, that's kind of dumb. And then the other series is actually my favorite series of all time, and that is One Piece. Oh, I love this jump. This jump is so fun. I'm gonna be here for a while. Now, One Piece, I've actually got a lot of the platinums already because I really like One Piece. So for One Piece, what I did want to try doing is I do want to get all of the platinums I can, but there is an actual problem, and that is, I already talked about how there's multiplayer trophies, and you'd sit there and be like, well, I mean, there's probably like Burning Blood because that's a fighting game, so you'd think that one would need the multiplayer trophies, right? I already finished Burning Blood. I did not like that game. I hate fighting games, so it is real rough. A lot of people like that game. I just wasn't into it. But the actual problem with the One Piece games is that One Piece has the Pirate Warriors series, and Pirate Warriors 3 is honestly one of my favorite games of all time. The thing is, though, is that Pirate Warriors 1 and 2, now 2 doesn't have online trophies as far as I know, so 2 is fine, but 1 is a serious problem, because 1 Pirate Warriors 1 has multiplayer trophies, and the game is locked to PS3. I'm gonna keep it a stack. I don't even know if my PS3 works, because I haven't used it in a very long time. And then on top of that, even if my PS3 does work, I have to go through the issue of figuring out how I'm gonna get that multiplayer shit done, because I don't really got many friends that game anymore, at least not on like PlayStation. And then on top of that, imagine me coming out here asking them to fucking pull out a PS3 in the year 2026 and to buy One Piece Pirate Warriors on PS3 that you can literally only do physically because they delisted the digital edition. Like, I'm gonna have to just find people that own the game and are willing to help. That's like the only fucking way you could do that shit, at least nowadays. But yeah, that's the only real rough thing with the One Piece games, because otherwise, honestly, a lot of the platinums are pretty easy. Some of them are a little time consuming. Like, as far as I know, I think Unlimited World Red is gonna be pretty time consuming. Pirate Warriors 3 is easily the worst out of all of them for time consuming. Well, I think Pirate Warriors 1 is worse just because it's all RNG, but either way, that's still worse for a different reason entirely anyway. But yeah, Pirate Warriors 3, really long platinum, but I also can't do that platinum again. Well, I could, but I'm gonna just do the whole game on Steam again, just because I'm a psychopath and I really like that game, so I'm willing to go through it again. I've already 100% the game twice, and 100%ing that game it takes a while, man. I don't have my original save, but my original save was on PS Vita, and that's where I got the platinum the first time. And it's actually worse on Vita, because on Vita there's like considerably less enemies on screen, so getting the S ranks for as many enemies as possible is always way worse. And then that kind of existed on the Switch, which I also have the game on and also 100%ed on. But either way, oh my god, those guys whooped my ass. Either way, yeah, like I said, One Piece is just gonna be its own thing. It's like its own process, its own issues and stuff like that. But I'm still willing to work through it because it's One Piece. I love One Piece. I love it a little too much. I don't know how I'll block this up. I don't know if I'll even like actually record this just because it's IRL stuff. I'm not really good with recording shit IRL. But I have a pretty big collection now because I wound up finally being able to get the first box set, which is like a fucking holy grail item I've wanted for a really long time. My sister was finally able to snag it somehow, at least for a reasonable price other than the like $300 they've been charging for it lately. It's like $250 or something like that, but still close enough to $300 because Jesus Christ. Well, either way, shout out to my sister for getting me that. I've also been collecting the games here, like physically here and there, and that's been very interesting. One Piece is the first ever series that I've ever gone for a Japanese copy of a video game in my life. I've never done that before, and One Piece is the one that made me do it. I'm over here talking about all this shit while I'm still trying to get through this game. But I mean, like, it's just, I don't know, bro. I wanted to like Genesis so much more than I did. I just didn't really like this game. It wasn't that hard to platinum outside of like a couple trophies being kind of a pain in the ass. It's just, this is not a game for me, man. I'm really bad at platformers. I don't really like puzzles too much. I've heard that the other games do have a pretty extensive amount of puzzles to begin with, but at least with those games, it didn't try to be a platformer in an isometric game where the platforming just didn't fucking work. Because I think that was the part that really pissed me off with this game. Like, that platforming shit was genuinely starting to get to me. There's so many times where I was just playing this game and I pretty much just walked out of the room in anger at how dog some of those jumping things were. Jesus. My ass beat, man. I ain't good at this game. I'm just good at clicking buttons. Well, most of the time. I am glad that I managed to crank out the platinum for this because at one point, I'm not gonna lie, I really thought I was not gonna be able to do it because of this damn platform. Like, I'm being so serious. It's so good that I didn't record any of that because the anger and bitching was kind of crazy. And here we go, full hell. Okay, the promised end, both of which is for getting all the levels on hard and apocalyptic, and not alone. There you go, that's the platinum to Darksiders Genesis. I wish I had more good things to say about this game. I know a lot of people liked it. From what I've seen, it's just, I don't know, when I like get like extremely stuck doing stuff like puzzles and like platforming and shit, bro, that takes it out of me so bad. That takes it out of me so bad. Because the combat in this game, honestly, is pretty gas. It's really fun. Like, I didn't do much with the build crafting shit because I just didn't care. I just wanted to get through it. And even just doing a build where I was just getting through it, it was still pretty fun. It wasn't really that bad. I'd say the hardest thing was to try to beat Malak without getting hit. And that's just because that's like a slightly RNG game with that boss because it just spawns so many crystals and shit and you didn't even get to see it. I'm over here just talking about it like it matters, but I do want to try to get the platinums to all the Darksiders games. I want to try to get the platinums to Sword Art games and One Piece. I have no idea how I'm going to break up any of that shit. I ain't gonna lie to you. I don't know how I'm gonna do it at all. But I'm gonna try it at some point. I'm not even gonna 100% this game. I'm just, it's gone. It's gonna get deleted, wiped off the face of the earth. But yeah, that's me just recording, literally getting the platinum to Genesis. Not really working too hard on it. At least from what you saw. But that's the platinum, and that's done, and it's deleted. Alright, cool. Yep, I'm cutting it there. As you can see, I got so much shit over here. This is the first Lego game I've ever bought in my life. I don't know if I'll do anything with that. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. But yeah, that's that. You can see the lineup. That Persona 3, I'll do this one day. I'm definitely not recording that. Holy shit, recording an SMT game or Persona in general. But yeah, Darksiders 1 is next, and 2, I do have some progress on 2 because like I said, I played 2 first. This is the first one I played way back. Yeah, got both editions because they gave you the PS5 one for free, unlike some fucking games recently. I love games getting delisted and then having their PS5 version force you to pay to upgrade. It's so cool. It's so great. And then I guess I could show you too. Yeah, like Sword Art, Hollow Realization, I got 20 of them. Lost Song, I literally started this game and stopped playing it. And then Hollow Frag, I got almost all the trophies, but I missed the hardest one and the most missable one. So that's I already have stuff recorded for Odyssey and Unlimited World Red. I have the platinums for both 3 and 4 and World Seeker. World Seeker I want to do all the DLCs for. I don't have Burning Blood downloaded because, like I said, I did get the platinum to that, but I fucking hated that game. I am extremely bad with fighting games. But yeah, I'm just going to cut it there. All right. Peace out.